What's going on, my friends? Mike here with my trusty sidekick, Steve.
Why I gotta be the sidekick?
Because it's my video. And if it's my video, you're the sidekick.
So
vice versa.
What's the name of the video then? Steve?
No, this is my...
Steve and Mike.
No, it's called In the Truck with Mike and Steve.
Steve and Mike. I'll give you my permission if you put my name first.
Well,
put my name first.
Yeah, fine, we'll do that. We'll put your name first.
That was easy.
The Weather Channel said the Hurricane Ian is a Category 4 hurricane, but yet the storm of the century, the 100-year storm, the whatever you want to call it.
It's ranked 5. How, I don't know, but it's ranked with number 5 of the worst storms.
Right. So in Florida history.
Right.
Has to be Florida history.
It is.
My question is why is everybody still calling it Category 4?
Well, I mean, we had people get wind readings up over 150 something miles an hour.
176 mile an hour sustained winds at Eldred's Marina.
It's a CAT-5, 100%.
With 208 mile an hour gusts is what the onometer read at Eldred's Marina.
I just wanted everybody to hear that winds recorded in West County at Eldred's Marina were 208 gusts and 176 sustained.
What was that again?
208 miles per hour gusts and 176 miles per hour sustained. There were wind devices there to measure that, and I spoke to the gentleman that has Harborside Marina and had those set up. So it was very devastating over there. It was a heavy 5 on that side. I think it's still categorized as a 4.
They were clocking winds at 176 mile an hour sustained, 208 mile an hour gusts. That, my friends, is a Category 5 hurricane. Wouldn't you agree?
No question.
So that's the whole premise of this In the Truck
With Steve and Mike.
with Mike and Steve. I don't know if there's an official, is there an official scale? 176 mile an hour sustained winds, 208 mile an hour gusts. And nobody's talking about it being a Category 5 hurricane.
Well, when they were reporting on it, they held it like at 152, I think is when it changes, and they were saying estimated winds are at 149 or 100, you know, they kept it like
156 is higher, is a Cat 5.
Well, I know it was like 2 miles an hour under. And before they lost electricity, I was talking to my buddy, and his windometer broke, and it was up over 150 miles, like it was 155, and it stopped working. Came off the house.
I just think that they should stop with the Category 4 crap, because when you see the amount of damage and the condemning of entire mobile home parks,
take them all out. They're already on the road anyway.
And just all of the damage and the evidence, the onometer readings are, I mean, 208 mile an hour gusts. Are you kidding me?
It was definitely Category 5 winds in West County.
Well, if I can, Mr. Chair, you know,
Yeah.
if you watch the storm going in, you know, that southeast side, which swamped Fort Myers Beach and Fort Myers, that was the horrible storm surge side, and the northwest side, which blanketed the barrier islands in Englewood, that was super high winds.
The backside was way stronger than the front side as I sat and watched it go on for several hours till you couldn't see anymore.
What did you hear? Like $100 billion worth of damage estimated, or something like that?
Total, $100 billion in damage. And then what did that guy say this morning? 400 million, did he say tons?
Tons. Just that's one contract.
In Pine Island alone.
Yeah, that's just one contract though. That's just one guy with dump trucks and machines to move it. One guy.
So they're saying the barrier islands of Englewood and Boca Grande were taking that wind right there. Because you know where Eldred's is. Eldred's Marina is right there on the mainland, inside the barrier islands. So
they were already buffered a little bit. The winds were probably knocked down a little bit.
Yeah.
And it's still that bad.
So if it's like that, you got Pine Island and Sanibel taking the back side of that wind.
Plus the water surge. What did they say? 15 to 20 feet?
Something like that.
It's insane. I can't even imagine. I mean, everything's one level. So 15 feet of water rushing through your house. Your ceilings are 10 or 8, so mostly. You know, it's like
Yeah.
unbelievable. That's why probably so many people. That's probably why so many people died, just because of the water.
Yeah, my buddy, Charlotte County lieutenant, worked for 4 straight days during and after
Just looking for bodies.
the hurricane, and yeah, there was so many bodies that all they were doing was putting tags on them and leaving them and reporting them to the coroner because the coroners were backed up.
You know, it's easy to talk about, but when you think about it being just someone you love or whatever, your wife, your husband, your kids, something, it's just, oh my gosh.
Most of it was elderly, drownings, people on oxygen that couldn't leave, and then the power goes out, and then they lose their oxygen and just, you know, perish. On top of the looting and the, you know, and people committing suicide, losing everything.
The looting thing is a bunch of crap.
Yeah.
Give me a break. What a perfect time to go get myself something new.
So Scott was telling me a week post-hurricane, Charlotte County put together a looting task force, and he was the head of it.
They just patrolled around.
And he said they were killing it. He said they were freaking making arrests left and right in Charlotte County. So basically we're almost 4 weeks post Hurricane Ian. It's clearly, in my opinion, a CAT-5, but still categorized as a 4. Even though science and machines and anemometers show differently. Not much looks different in the way of progress, I wouldn't think. I mean, there's still, Englewood looks pretty much the same as it did
the day after.
You know, except, you know, the trees and everything are cleared, and
they're on the side of the street.
Everybody's got power back for the most part. I
took a walk last night on the other side of where you're at, and I heard a few generators still running. So I'm sure that's probably a problem at the house, or maybe they can't turn it back on for whatever reason because the water came through the ceilings. Maybe there's some wiring issues, but yeah, I still hear a lot of generators.
My whole point of this video is the fact that Hurricane Ian is a CAT-5 hurricane.
All day, every day.
You know.
So what is the reason?
Nothing about Hurricane Ian.
Put it in the comment section. If you know why, who benefits from them not saying CAT-5 when it was way into CAT-5 territory? Who gains from that?
Does the Weather Channel have the official anemometer?
No, I think the Weather Channel is controlled. They have to say what they're told to say at certain
points.
Does
Jim Cantor actually have to read it to make it official? So in case anyone's wondering who this dick is right here, it's Steve Vanderbaan. He's got a pretty okay YouTube channel.
Pretty okay. Is that an actual classification? Pretty okay?
I mean, a lot of times I had to use my videos to recommend people to his.
Right, which is very helpful. Thank you for the 12 views.
No worries. Do you want to tell everyone that matters your YouTube channel?
Vanderbaan's Wildlife.
It's actually Vanderbaan, but
Baan.
I've got to correct him all the time on his own name. So that's all we got for today. What do you call this?
A lot of people are just going to call it dumb, but in the truck.
In the truck.
Steve and Mike.
It's the new Not So podcast.
Let's do it. We'll make it a weekly special.
All right. We'll catch you later. Peace.